Welcome back to Heal My Cosmos. We are here today to do a guided meditation and energy healing release for the Aquarius full moon on Wednesday, July 29th at 8:36 a.m. Mountain Time. And so you can do this guided meditation and energy healing video at any point before or after the new moon, on the same day if you like. You can really do it at any point from now all the way up until the new moon, when I will have a new guided meditation and energy healing video for you. So find the right time. And this Aquarius full moon is a potent one. It is definitely activating our higher heart as well as our higher mind. And the higher heart is Leo, right? So we'll have the sun in Leo conjunct Jupiter in Leo, and they will be directly opposing the full moon in Aquarius conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. So we have major outer planet energy involved in the climax of the full moon. And so we experience that on a personal level because the outer planets affect the collective in a really big way, and the personal planets affect us in a really big way. And so the full moon is typically very intense every month for us in different ways, and this particular full moon is emphasized. In my forecast, I called it combustible, because we have to be very aware of how we're using these very powerful heart and mind activations during this full moon week, the lead up to the full moon, as well as the come down from the full moon. This is a very intense time. And so taking the time for self-care through guided meditation and through intentional energy release is so powerful right now. And so we are going to be focusing the energy healing on how to open to the higher mind as well as the higher heart, and release the lower vibrational energies of the lower mind and the lower heart. So if you are feeling ready for that now, go ahead and pause the video and set yourself up with maybe a pillow, a blanket, a candle, a journal, anything you might need that will be supportive for this release. And if you're planning on doing it another time, go ahead and set a reminder in your phone at some point again between now and the full moon or that week, and we can do it when you're ready. Please do share this video with anyone you feel like may need some recalibration with this intensity. Anyone you know that is being affected in terms of their mind and their heart, their mental body and their emotional body is maybe feeling really overwhelmed, go ahead and send them this video and they'll thank you later. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Just making yourself as comfortable as possible. As we start to call in your higher self, we are calling in the higher self of everyone that will be tuning into this video for healing, for release. And we're asking that this collective higher self be downloaded with all knowledge, wisdom, intelligence, understanding, and truth needed for their highest good and healing. And we're asking for this collective ego, for each of the egos tuning in to this healing video to be lowered to 0%, to allow for this intimate conversation with the higher self, the higher mind, the higher heart. If you haven't done so already, start to gently close your eyes and just notice your breath. Notice the sensations of your breath. As you start to intentionally take your breath in through the nose and release it through the mouth, we're asking our higher selves to please make null and void any and all vows, contracts, beliefs, perceptions, judgments, addictions, attractions, oaths, programs, and debts, and any unnamed attachments that we as a collective, as well as us as individuals, our higher selves, every part of us, our relationships, have with dark angels, the dark cabal, discarnates, or deceivers, or that we are attracted to in dark angels, the dark cabal, discarnates, or deceivers. Taking a deep breath as we let go of those attachments to those lower vibrational energies, lower vibrational influence. Taking another slow, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, as we start to get up to speed with the energy of this incoming Aquarius full moon at 6 degrees of Aquarius, conjunct Pluto, opposing the sun at 6 degrees of Leo, conjunct Jupiter. And we're just asking, what are the energetic blockages to each of us stepping into the highest healing possible through this full moon portal, the highest activation of our higher mind, higher heart. And on your next exhale, using your breath to release any subconscious desire you're holding to stay in the lower mind, the lower heart, to stay attached to the ego's perception of what's happening. Using your exhale to release all of that attachment, all of that desire to reestablish those attachments, to reestablish any programs that you've been operating from the lower mind, the lower heart. Deep breath. And on your next breath cycle, releasing any sensitivity you're holding to others' energies. Aquarius energy is so connected to the masses, to the collective. And so we need to be aware of the energetic boundaries that need to be in place for us to access the higher mind within all of the energy that's available to us through this full moon, the energy of the masses. Taking a deep breath, stepping into the higher mind, using your exhale to step out of the sensitivity to whoever's choosing the lower mind during this full moon. Deep breath. On your next breath cycle, releasing any desire to suffer energy that you're holding subconsciously. Again, with the Aquarius energy, it's easy to tap into the desire to suffer being held by the masses. And so using that inhale to step into the desire to experience grace through this full moon portal, and out of the desire to suffer, using your exhale to release the desire to suffer, allowing your breath to be audible, as all of that energy is taken into the earth like compost. And now, in your mind's eye, tapping into the energy that you've picked up along your journey, the energy you've picked up maybe this past week as we've entered this full moon portal, as we've had so much astrological activity this year, any discordant energy you've picked up from others, from other timelines, allowing you to use your breath to discard, allowing all of that buildup of discordant energy, lower vibrational energy to be released through the exhale, visualizing it draining out of your energy fields. The earth is taking it in like compost. As you start to breathe in this spaciousness, feeling and tapping into the spaciousness where that lower vibrational energy, the buildup of it was living, where you were carrying it, sending your breath to where in your body you were carrying that load, that baggage of other people's energy. And on your next breath cycle, tapping into this abdication of spiritual responsibility that you've been carrying, this checking out of the need to develop and reestablish an energetic boundary practice, your spiritual responsibility to protect your energy, to clear your energy, reclaiming that through the inhale and releasing the pattern of abdicating spiritual responsibility, as that's not going to serve you in this full moon. It's not going to serve you moving forward into the second half of 2026. Deep breath. And so we're being guided now to look at a specific archetype that is active within everyone here. And it is the victim archetype. Taking another deep breath as we start to assess the ways in which we have made ourselves victim to other people's thoughts, opinions, energy, actions. And we're going to start to clear away what's keeping this archetype active. So on your next breath cycle, preparing to use your exhale to release all of this energy one by one, layer after layer, that is keeping the victim within you active. On your next exhale, releasing the energy of toxic shame from the energy field, from the body. Using your inhale to create spaciousness where that shame was living. And on your next inhale, creating that space. On your next exhale, releasing the energy of cowardice, the part of you that has shown up in ways recently that you're not the most proud of. Using your inhale to create space to step further into integrity during this full moon and moving forward. On your next exhale, releasing the energy of apathy, any lack of motivation that you've been holding to step out of victimhood, to step out of helplessness, to step out of powerlessness. Using that breath to come back to your power. On your next breath cycle, releasing any malice, any malicious energy that you've been holding. Maybe you've been holding it from the collective, your experience of what's happening out there on the world stage. Just allowing yourself to release any malice, any malicious energy that you're holding on to that's taking up space in your energy fields. And on your next breath cycle, releasing any fatigue that you've been holding, any fatigue you've been operating from. As you use your inhale to breathe in this fresh life force, purification, powerful vitality energy, allowing the fatigue to melt away through that exhale. And on your next breath cycle, breathing in the energy of penitence, breathing out the energy of penitence. This energy that keeps you trapped in some way, visualizing yourself getting up and walking out of whatever situation is creating this trapped experience for you. And using your inhale to explore the spaciousness on the other side of that trapped experience, of that penitence. As you breathe it out, on your next exhale, releasing the energy of resentment. Maybe you've been carrying around this built-up resentment towards the world, towards groups of people, towards friends. Allowing yourself to release that resentment through the breath. And on your next exhale, releasing the energy of violence. Again, maybe it's violence that you have witnessed on the world stage, in the collective. Maybe it's violence you've experienced in your own inner world. Maybe it's physical violence. Maybe it's mental violence. Maybe it's emotional violence. Maybe it's spiritual violence. Letting it be what it is for you and releasing it through the exhale. On your next breath cycle, releasing the energy of judgmental. Any part of you that is just in complete judgment of what's happening in your world. Maybe you're in judgment of what's happening internally within you. Maybe you're judging who you used to be, right? This Sun and Jupiter and Leo opposing the Moon and Pluto and Aquarius is bringing up all of the masks that you've worn, all of the different identities you've tried on, all of the parts of you that acted a certain way in order to be recognized and seen. And maybe you're judging that about yourself at this point because you're ready to just allow yourself to surrender to this higher, hard expression of who you are at the core level of your being. Allowing judgment to dissipate through the breath. And on your next breath cycle, releasing any remnants, any remaining penitence that you're holding on to, any parts of you that are still trapped. Visualizing yourself going back to that confined, trapped experience. What part of you is still in the jail cell that is not even locked? Visualize yourself going in, picking up these formerly broken parts of you, and just bringing them back home. Welcoming them back into your heart space, that higher heart space that we're working with, that we're inviting in through the Leo expression. And now any part of you that has been in a depression of sorts, has been stuck the first half of 2026, was really hard. And so we are stepping into the new energy, the expansive energy of the second half of 2026. And it's time to let go of our attachment to staying in disbelief that things are changing, that things are opening up, that there are opportunities becoming available to us. Using that exhale to release all of that. And on your next breath cycle, releasing the part of you that has been lethargic, that has not wanted to find a new motivation. Breathing out lethargy, creating space for new motivation through the inhale. Is that enough to clear the victim archetype? Yes. Is there anything else that will prepare everyone here for the highest activation of the higher mind, the higher heart through this Aquarius full moon? So we are switching our attention to the inhale, the focus on the inhale, as we invite in replacement energies for everything that has been released. On your next inhale, inviting in, breathing in this energy of grace. We cleared all of the blocks to finding grace through this full moon portal, through this activation, coming out the other side of it, allowing this energy of grace to just saturate your higher mind, saturate your heart space. And this grace energy is just melting any remaining ego energy that is not serving the gifts of this full moon. And on your next inhale, breathing in the energy of involvement. This Aquarius full moon is catapulting us, alchemizing us through this Pluto experience into a deeper sense of wanting to be involved in the change, wanting to be involved with like-minded people, doing your part to complement whatever group you're called into at this point. Breathing in this involvement energy, allowing it to inform your thoughts, your actions as you move through this full moon portal. And on your next inhale, breathing in the energy of perseverance, the energy of continuing on, trying again, showing up even though you crashed and burned in the past. Even though you had to have an ego death, you still get to try again from this deeper place of authenticity. And is there anything else that will support this group that has joined me here through this video for this full moon activation of the higher mind and the higher heart? Taking another deep breath. As you release any remaining blocks to the higher mind expression, the mental expression that is calling you forward through this Aquarius full moon activation, and now taking the deepest breath you've taken today, as you start to call back all of the parts of you that were participating in this healing, calling them back into the body, taking a moment with your higher self to receive any last minute messages, letting them know that you want to deepen your connection with them and connect with them more often. As you feel ready, take 3 grounding deep breaths, starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes, rotating your wrists, coming back into the space by looking down at your own physical body first. Coming back into the space as you're ready. The integration period for this particular full moon healing is 6 days. So it's 6 days from whenever you do this healing video. Putting a reminder in your phone for each day of those 6 days to be gentle with yourself, to lean into curiosity around your triggers that might come up, to journal, to practice self-care, to let people know that maybe you're not up for a chat or spending time together right now, if that's what feels right for you. And just giving yourself the time and space to integrate this healing. And then after the 6th day, asking yourself what feels different, what's motivating me now, what group or social setting do I want to try out, how do I want to show up in a deeper, more full expression of who I am at the heart level. And what type of ego death did I experience this past week? Just asking yourself those questions, being honest with yourself, and leaving a comment, sending me a message, letting me know what came up for you, because I would love to hear about it. Thank you each for being here. I'm wishing you a beautiful, graceful Aquarius full moon, and I will see you next time.